Hey guys, so I wanted to revisit my Firestarter bracelet as I've got some new tips and updates on this thing. So if you're not familiar with this bracelet, go ahead and check out this video here. Here's a picture of it and then there's a card above here that you can click on and watch that original video because it goes in depth on the design of this bracelet and why I think it's superior to other Firestarter bracelets out there. Now, some of the new things that I kind of discovered while continuing to work with this thing and wear it and use it is there's different ways to cinch it down. So in my original video, how I showed that this bracelet is adjustable, you can pull that and tighten it down if you want. I kind of stated in that video that if you want this, all this extra right here to be kind of out of the way so it's not flinging around, you can take that and then just tuck it underneath like that. And that does work. That's no problem, but you still kind of have this big knot right there. And my buddy Mike, here's a picture of his channel right here. He's an instructor in training at the Pathfinder Survival School. He's got some good content on his channel. Check him out. I sent him one of these, and he actually came up with a new way of tucking this that he showed me, and I thought that was really awesome. So if you cinch that down, instead of tucking it underneath one of these strands, you want to bring that mini ferro rod over, and then you can put the knot under the ferro rod. Like so. And then that is cinched down like that. And then you can move that striker whichever way you see fit. And that was with this smaller bracelet. It's actually even easier to do with a bigger one. And from here on out, before I gift these or sell these away, I'll probably make all my bracelets a little bit bigger in size. As you can see, it's kind of hard to even get this guy off. Now, originally I did like that it was tight, because I liked how it fit, but in a survival situation, or if time is of the essence, you need to get this thing off quickly, you don't really want it to be a struggle. You want it to be easier. So I've got a bigger size right here, and this will probably be my standard size. I might go a little bit bigger actually, just so people have more options to adjust what they want, but this one goes on really fast and comes off a lot faster. And back to Mike's point as to the adjustment, you have a lot more material to work with. So now it's a lot more over here, and I can still tuck this underneath that ferro rod and pull it up, and then I can move that rod down, and then I can actually take the striker and I could put it underneath that strand if I wanted to, or I could bring it down here. So everything is a lot more flush fitting, and yeah, it's a good fit and it feels really good. And I still have that option. If I don't want it to be too tight, I can loosen everything up a bit. And also there's another way I discovered to tuck this thing based off of Mike's inspiration, or my inspiration from Mike. Instead of going underneath with the knot, you can also go over the ferro rod like that, and then push that down too. And then I like to flip the striker underneath that strand, and that's all nice and cinched down as well. So there's multiple ways you can tighten it down and cinch everything down so it's nice and form-fitting, and nothing's in the way of anything else. And it's pretty quick to deploy. And then again, when you're ready to use this thing, pull that whole thing out, grab this, turns into a handle essentially. It even stays a bit because it's nylon. It turns into a little handle. Take that striker, and you got a lot of play here with the striker, and then you can strike that ferrocerium rod, and you can make some really good sparks with this. You can actually see Survival Living, shout out to him. He did a demonstration of my bracelet recently, and check him out. He's got lots of great stuff. He's a survival instructor himself, and he's got lots of knowledge. And yeah, you can see in the video, he makes a fire pretty easily with this thing. So it's pretty cool new ways to cinch everything down. And back to what I was saying before, before I start gifting these and stuff, I'll probably make it to have a little bit excess paracord here in the knot. That way, for one, it's easier for the person, the individual, to really see how tight or loose they want this thing. Some people might like it to be a little bit tighter, some might want it to be looser. Regardless, it's still adjustable, but it's super easy to also adjust this knot right here. So if you want this knot even further down, that'll shorten the whole length and the width of the bracelet in general. So imagine if this knot was right here And it's not hard to imagine because you can just undo it. It's a double overhand knot, really simple. It's not a permanent knot. You can just pull these out and then it undoes it like that, and then you can go down to where you want your new knot to be. So all I'm doing, guys, is it's pretty simple. It's just taking both ends and putting it through the loop, and then you can push this down more if you want. So then now that stopper knot's right there, so if you got a smaller hand or whatever, you want it to be tighter, you have that option to adjust the knot itself. And then if you don't want all this extra, you can cut this and singe it, and I'll show you how to do that right now. So there's two ways I like to singe off any ends after I cut them. So one, let's cut this first. So to cut paracord cleanly, I like to put paracord through the scissors like that, and then fold that side in so it's nice and folded, and then cut pretty hard, and then it cuts pretty clean. And then you're going to pinch that part that you need. Whoops. And then go ahead and get a lighter. A Bic lighter is fine. Well, it's usually my go-to is a nice Bic lighter. And then you are going to singe it. Well, let's go over here. Now from here, once it's melted, you can just take your fingers and push it up like that, and you're good to go. Now if you're afraid of getting burned, you can lick your fingers, because sometimes it does. If it's bubbling too much and melting and you go right away, it might burn your fingers. So do this with caution. If you don't want to use your fingers at all, you can actually use the lighter itself. So I'll use the other end. Cut that really quick for you. Bear with me. So got a fresh cut piece right here, and we can use the lighter itself, the base of the lighter. So watch this. There we go. I'm basic, guys, I'm sorry. All right, so once that's bubbling, it's good to go. You can just start smearing, and you can close it off like that. And any of that melted plastic you get on the lighter, it will flake right off. Let's see if I can get some more on here, demonstration purposes. And when it's a little string, you can just peel that off. And yeah, it comes right off. Like once it dries on the lighter, it doesn't stay. You can just flick it off and it comes off like nothing. So with these bracelets, you can adjust the stopper knot to whatever length you want, because it's a double overhand. It's not a permanent knot unless you want it to be. You can singe the entire ends off in the knot form if you wanted to, but I like to have it as a double overhand for the time being, because it makes it so that you can replace the ferro-rod once it's worn out, or the striker if you wanted to. But yeah, most other, as far as I know, other Firestarter bracelets do not have that capability to replace the ferro-rod once it's used up, because the way the bracelets are made or tied or whatever, you don't have the way to easily take this out. Now in my original video, I kind of show how that works, but yeah. So it's a very, very adjustable bracelet. It's literally adjustable as you wear it. You can cinch it down and make it tighter if you want, or have it looser. You can adjust how you want the knot to be put away. You can flip it underneath like that. You can put it under the ferro-rod, over the ferro-rod, and then you can adjust the knot itself and place it where you want to go. And then if you want to, if the bracelet's too big for you, I mean, like I said, when I give these away or sell them, I want to give bigger than smaller, you know. It's better to have too much material as opposed to not enough. And then you can easily just cut off the excess, singe it, and it'll be yours. You're pretty much making it your own bracelet. You can wear it your own way. So very customizable bracelet to wear, and it throws amazing sparks. Yep, hope you guys liked this video. Hope it was educational, and it's a good supplement video for my last video. Don't forget to check that one out if you haven't seen it. Check out Survival Living and check out Mike, and tell him I sent you. All right, guys, take care. Bye-bye.